is by far my favorite reason for being a college coach, to come to alumni groups like this. I had a chance to talk to our president last night and let her know what we're doing. I talked to Coach D this morning. I told him we'd be all here together. I didn't think there'd be this many of you here. Now I know why those Rose Bowl pictures are full of green and white. Well, I'll tell you, I got a daughter. My daughter's here with me. She is a junior in college right now. My AD's daughter's here with me. She's a junior in college right now. And my AD's son who just graduated. But I'm going to tell you what I told her. Don't get spoiled by this. This isn't the norm, you know? I mean, since she's been in college, they won the Rose Bowl, they won the Cotton Bowl. We're going to win a national championship. And we went to an Elite Eight, we went to a Final Four, so... These poor girls think this is the norm. I know some of you have been through some tough times, because I've been there with you. But I've been... I can't believe I've been there 32 years since coming a little bit out of college for my GA days, but there's been a lot of great things going on at our place, and I think the greatest thing is we finally got some continuity and some consistency. Yep. And I said to our players every day that, our next goal, because we got another step to take here. Coach D and I talked about it a lot when he got hired. We talked about it a lot in the middle. And one of the reasons is to keep consistency. But the consistency has to be consistency of eliteness, not consistency of just greatness. So we want to take another step. To do that, you really need everybody from top to bottom. And I think a lot of you are in business, a lot of you are in big companies. And right now, when I look at our board, when I look at our president, last night she called me, she was at the hockey game. I mean, I don't know if it's an insult or a compliment. I told her she's the best athletic president in the world. When you're president, you're supposed to be all academics, which she is. But she's very fond of and very supportive of us. And then maybe what's really started this thing, the change at Michigan State, is we got the greatest AD in the whole country. And our AD, his wife is here. Nancy, come on up here with me. Along with Raquel and Mikey and Katie. Come on up here, Katie. Mikey. Come on, TR. Come on, Raquel. This is your athletic department, basketball AD family. My wife is back home because my son's got to practice and I wasn't going to let him skip it. I can promise you he's pissed off at me. But you know what? It's unbelievable. We have a lot of our parents here. There's a lot of new rules now. The NCAA has kind of dialed it back a little bit. We're able to have Thanksgiving dinner with our guys and our parents, and we have promoted, I think with Luana, but I know for Mark and I, we have promoted the family atmosphere about as good as you can get it. And last week, when I recruited some of these guys, I told them, you're gonna have the opportunity to maybe work out or be around Magic Johnson and Steve Smith and Mateen Cleaves. And sure enough, last week, Magic, we went and handed out a couple thousand turkeys with Magic in Lansing. And then he came, not only to our game, but he came over to practice. I let him coach. It was a hell of a deal for me. But I think those are the things that are a little bit more unique here. If you look at all 25 of our sports, there is a bond between us, and I give my AD credit for that. You know, it's hard. It's hard. I know we got volleyball players here and softball players. I feel like I'm in royalty with Clint Jones here. You know what I mean? That was my era, you know, that I grew up in and watched him play. But when you look at all the different sports, if you could be in East Lansing on a football Saturday and you see all 25 sports represented on that field before the game, it's one of the coolest things that you have. And so we're going to have some ups and downs, you know. I don't know. I mean, it's a little more difficult in our sport because we got so many games. I mean, we're on 7 games in 15 days. You know, we get home at 6 o'clock in the morning Monday. We play Louisville in a big game on Wednesday. So it's been a tough couple of weeks. But I think like Mark says, he does his job to give us the best facilities, the best opportunity. I guess if he was a coach, he'd be called the players AD. He's always sticking up for those guys, which that too ticks me off once in a while. But, you know, but last but not least, I do want to talk about my team. You know, I got a few seniors that you know are up here. Bryn Forbes is one of them.
There we go.
Kobe Woolman, who Kobe is. I know you won't believe this at our great university, but some damn Spanish teacher gave him a 3.5 or he'd have an overall 4-point for his whole career. CC. But, you know, he's been a great addition. Brent, of course, is a great shooter. Where are my other ones? Forgetting one. I'm just kidding you. These are the two that have been with me the whole time. But Matt Costello is kind of continuing. Matt has been a mainstay here the entire time and kind of gotten better each year, and we need a big year out of him and a big game out of him tomorrow night. And of course Denzel, which is the neat thing about Denzel. Is I'm either getting old or something's wrong because I helped recruit his dad to Michigan State. I was 11 then, I think, but it's kind of neat because he brings the passion and love of being a Spartan, and if we keep his head on, he's going to have a hell of a year and represent. All these guys are going to represent you in the way you want to be represented, but if I look at his career, he had a Sweet 16 his first year, him and Matt, and they had a Elite 8 his second year, a Final Four his third year. So you probably heard the story that, you know, when Mark Hollis was recruiting D'Antonio, he got me involved, and we flew down to Cincinnati to meet with him after his last game. And Mark and I talked about, you know, doing something special here, you know, trying to win a championship, a national championship in the same year. And I'm not going to put the pressure on me or him, but I might put it on them and those guys. it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to dream big. You know, it is a lot of fun to dream big. It's a lot of fun to try to work for something that nobody thinks can be achieved. And that's what it's been about for my whole life. You know, my chances of getting this job were 1 in a million, and that one came. And now I think we got our program, thanks to our president and AD, in a position where we're not, you know, a bad year. I mean, I hate to tell you people that left East Lansing, but like, them knuckleheads back there think the Final Four is on the schedule card.
Oh yeah. Hell
yeah. Please, as I said, don't be like my daughter and Katie and think this is just the way it is. Expect it, but appreciate it, because it is special.
That's what I'm talking about.
So I'm gonna leave you with this. Last week, the coolest thing about this place. Last week, you know, when we played Kansas.
Oh yeah.
We went over there, and whether it be in the locker room after the game or the next practice the next day, our battle cry was beat Ohio State. We wanted to make it a Spartan weekend.
Yeah,
a whole week. And so I text Coach D before our game last night. I said, if I can get by this game, this time you lead me, win Saturday, and we'll try to bring home the first championship that we can play in on Sunday. So that's the goal. We're going to take it game by game. They're going to take it game by game. And if they win today, and we can win a couple games, I plan on taking my guys down to the Big Ten Tournament Championship game. And I'm a little, being the football fan I am, I'm a little ticked off that our schedule, we play on the 2nd. So